So yesterday's sketch was about exotic, and I picked the sketch of a seahorse. Let me read you the haiku I wrote to accompany this sketch. Seahorse sways, carefree, dancing through the open sea. No straws, just pure glee. Okay, as usual, we're going to sketch. The theme for this day is binoculars. Binoculars. I'm going to draw a boy holding binoculars, looking at a faraway land, and I'll draw him with a cap, and holding the binoculars. That's probably half the size of his face. When you're drawing something that close up, I guess one of the things that you got to be careful and mindful is that the fingers, the hand is probably the most complicated object or subject that you'll be drawing. Make sure that it's believable. The fingers, don't be too ghastly with details, but shoot for the overall shape. Overall shape of the hand, overall shape of the fingers, and overall shape of ratio of finger size to body or to the head. That's probably the most important thing. And if you get that right, you're more or less in the ballpark. I'm not a fine artist where I want to get every single hand, every single sort of details down pat. You want to give the readers an opportunity to believe its fingers, its hand, and it's holding a binoculars. That's really the big picture that you're after. So that if you're just keeping to that goal, it's actually not that hard. So once I'm done with that, I put in the date, which is the 5th of October. This is the fifth sketch already. I mean, the prompt, binoculars, is on the for the fifth day. I'm behind. I'm today when I record this, it's actually on the 10th. So I'm about 5 days behind. So let's maybe I'll take the weekends to try to do a bit of catch up. All right, the first part I do is do the background. I put in a bit of a yellow. There's two colors there, lemon yellow, and also gamboge. And then I dropped in a little bit of quinacridone rose to give it a bit of the orangey feel. Yellow, red, orange, that sort of a mix. It's like a bright daylight, so a very, very warm background. And I leave a lot of white, so we'll see whether I manage to sustain that. And yeah, once I'm done with the very light background, which is a bit of a yellow, a bit of a red thrown in, I go in really hard, really black with the quinacridone. Sorry, it's Carbozel Violet with a huge dose of neutral tint. Those two color in combination provides the sort of huge contrast of value. I'm right somewhere in the 4.5 over 5 scale in the scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the darkest. And with this, you could see that the dark just basically pop. And it's not giving a chance. The difference between this 4.5 or 5 against a very light background of about a 1.5 maybe, is a fantastic contrast. And yeah, anyway, I make sure that I sort of salvage some of the hard edges, make sure that it's not too ghastly, it doesn't look cartoonish with pure hard edges all around. The soft edges sort of give it a little bit more gradation, therefore a little bit more reality. Just remember that if you're trying to depict a lot of reality, there's a lot of gradation that you have to do. It's a lot more hard work, a lot more softening on one side of the edge, and so on and so forth. But I'm kind of mixing up the hair, the colors, the cap. In some ways, I don't really care because I'm going with value. I'm not going with colors. If you're a pedantic, you want to be really, really careful with the colors. Of course, you will change the color and so on. But in a sketch, sometime if you're in the ballpark with values, you get away with it. Remember that color gets all the glory. I think it goes something like this: value does all the work, and color gets all the glory. I think it's an anonymous saying, but it's a well-known thing that most sketchers are aware of. That values most important, colors. If you need to cheat, then go ahead. Substitute a color as long as the value is correct. Right now, a bit of skin tone that I've thrown in. Basically, it's a common mix of my formula, at least, is Naples yellow with a dose of quinacridone rose. If you want it lighter, like maybe for someone with a white skin, you water it down and put a little bit more uh, Naples yellow. And if you want something darker, you might even throw in a little bit of quinacridone burnt orange, and so on and so forth. I mean, the base color is Naples yellow. The accessories, if you like to make it darker or lighter or whatever variants of skin colors that you want, is something you can throw at it, preferably transparent color. So at this point, I am evaluating the sketch. I'm looking at lines to create a bit more three-dimensional sense of the body, the t-shirts, if you like, using fine lines. If I have a liner, I'll use it, but since I don't have a liner, I'm just using a water brush. And I'm just creating a bit more bodied, sort of form for the objects that you can see, like for example, a bit more shadow to make the binoculars pop, a little bit more depth, slight shape separations. The idea of separation is very important. In other words, you have two adjacent shapes and you want to make sure that the eyes can see they are from two different objects. Sometimes you use color to separate them, sometimes you use value to separate them, sometimes you just use a line to separate them. And whatever you do, the eyes needs to be guided somewhat, and it helps if you assist it a little bit, but not too much. You must remember that you don't want to give too much information away. You want a hint. In other words, you must allow your brilliant audience to make it up for themselves somewhat. But of course, you don't want to be so far away, so abstract that they have to guess by a long mile. So it's a combination of giving the audience some pleasure in guessing, but in some ways you want to also stretch their imagination a little bit. That's just the artistry of design, if you like. You can see we're just touching it up and making small changes, dots of lines, or little ducks here, some highlights, some shape separations. What's wrong with my tongue today? I had a long day. I gave a speech this morning, and I'm just exhausted. But I'm very happy to be able to share this video with all of you, keeping going with my plan of making a video a day. That's a bit of a high goal, I think. I haven't done one video a day for a long, long time, especially when I'm sort of doing a bit of work on the side. I've been out whole day anyway, but I'm glad that I'm at home now, sitting in front of my computer, doing this thing for you. So, till tomorrow, I hope you stay chill, stay safe wherever you are. This is We Take Out. Bye.